Welcome to channel I make your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updated news, be the first one getting all the insight. Today's video, I would like to give you some updates on the statistics of the skill select invitation EOIs. A lot of people has been query in regards to the skill migrations invitation rounds that had happened late last year, and we'll also take a look how the first half of the 2023 and 24's financial year has done for the state and territory nominations. It provides a guideline how the skill migration has actually been been processed over the first half year, despite there has been a restriction and in 2023 so-called housing crisis where the opposition, the parties of the opposition has been pushed the government of Australia almost to the edge where they just not quite happy to actually release with all the quotas. We can feel that because last year obviously nothing much had happened. I've done some explanation in my last video. So anyway, let's have a look at how the number has performed over the last 6 months. All right, you may be able to find this web page as well, but I would like to go through with you so you don't have to read them out. Sometimes, although it's in very simple English, but it might not mean much for a lot of readers. So subscribe to my channel. I'll do all the explanations and predictions for to make the actual invitation information more and migration information more transparent for you. Anyway, okay, now the invitation round. So you can Google this skill select, you land into this page and make sure you toggle to the invitation round so you actually find this information here. So this, we have the most current information in regards to the invitation that had happened on the 18th of December. It did not publish straight away, but anyhow, we have that information right now. I think this was done last week, so late last week, so we'll have that updated. So what happened was the date effect was November. It wasn't November or December, I cannot recall, but it was really just right before Christmas. I recall that numbers of my clients received invitation, and I see that invitation stuff information has been spread around, and there were actually 8,300 189 visa has been invited. Applicant has been invited. Now, if I recall back where the migration planning level, I think for 189 visa there was they were expected about 30,000 plus. Now going back to this is only 8,300. That's not even like a quarter of the actual required planning. So as you can see, due to what's happening in 2020 with all the political news, that the government had gone through a well, not negative but not a successful referendum, which resulted with a major pushback on the opposition, and then continuously raising the issue of the inflation and also the housing crisis, as you might have already seen a lot of these news. So the only way they can actually cause the community and the general public to actually calm down is to restrict migration. So migrants are always in such a unfair and unjust situation. Well, because under the Constitution, all the migrants are so-called aliens. They are not the citizen of Australia, so they shouldn't really enjoy. They do not have the priority compared to the Australian citizens who have the right to enjoy. So anyway, that's the fact. Unfortunately, but we're here to actually provide a more transparent information and also be a voice for all the migrants as well. So let's go back to that figure there. So are they gonna throw in 3/4 of the amount, which 20,000+ 189 invitation in the coming 6 months, just right before financial year of 2023 and 24? I don't think so. But I do believe there's going to be a lot more policy changes and announcements in 2024. And we can see that there's a family sponsor, which I don't really recommend this, because you look at this, 79. I mean, you might as well just buy yourself a lotto, man. 79 people being invited for last 6 months. Look, this just you're gonna be laughing if you really got it, but it doesn't stop you to put that in. But you cannot really bet on the chances and the opportunity to get nominated under the 491 family sponsor, as you see. And family sponsor usually will be you got family or relative living in regional Australia. So the number is slim. Okay, now looking at the 18th of December's invitation round with all the points that you can see, it's generally landing on about 65 or 65 to 80, as you can see that there. And the occupation, you can see this is all the health related occupations, and nurses, midwife, health, and then there's some nurses, social worker, and that's it. So there's no there's no IT, there is no engineer, there is no all the other professions being invited. So I noticed that now people may ask, why is this? We're still in after the COVID, right? There just been massive numbers of medical professional resign, retire, travel out, not returning back to Australia, and the population growth require a build up of more constructions on medical facilities and need more staff in there, and aging population as well. So that is the key thing that they require. Now, it's still going back to politics, because you can imagine if they start inviting ICT or other professions, the opposition party is gonna throwing a lot of shit on them again. So again, that's why sometimes when we talk about migration, we will always need to have some side information in regards to the politics, as international politics, and also geopolitical, and also the domestic politics as well, because that's all affecting the policies implementation. Although they did have the planning, as you can see, they did plan for 190,000 for 2023 and 24, but as you can see, I don't think they're gonna reach it. They probably only get half of it by the end of this financial year. Now, you can see down there. So the first 5 months, there's nil, 0, all 0, and December suddenly a jump there. Not too sure about January, February, March, and April, May, and June, because I usually get a lot of inquiries saying when is the next round, and my answer is who knows. All right, they never tell anyone. So what's a state and territory government, because the uncertainty there. Now, as you can see, the numbers. Let me just put it right up there so you can see right up the top of there. These are each of the territories and states, and then you will see the numbers has been invited for 190 and 491. Not many, because first of all, 70% of the state and territories quota has been cut already. And as you can see also for the BID program, Business Innovation Investment, that's investment visa, 000 all across all the states. And so I don't understand. I still hear that clients come to me, or friends emailing me saying some of the agents say that 188 is open. I said, what are you talking about? This must be a joke. So again, the factual scenario here with the numbers, it is not open. It's still zero there. I don't know where those agents got those information. Don't understand it. So ACT Canberra got about 454, 190, 407, 491. New South Wales got a little bit more, but less 491. So a lot of people go. So this is concerning. As you can see, 190 is can be for New South people stay in Sydney. So urban area, city area. Now this is concerning. Why? Because there's only 295 491 for New South Wales. What does that mean? Now the number means that if you want to go to regional New South Wales, bad luck. Okay, you're the chances of you getting 491 is less. Now New South Wales is huge, and the 491 number is even less than Canberra. Can you believe it? And it's barely meeting almost the same as the Northern Territory. Can you imagine that? So going into regional New South Wales is a no-go from where the numbers is actually showing. Now, Queensland 505, 190, very, very minimal. 264 for regional Queensland. South Australia, more quarter there. Now going to South Australia for regional is much fair. As you can see, it's almost double of Queensland's 491. Tasmania, again, Tasmania and Northern Territory are the two states and territory I never prefer or recommend people to actually go, because the economy is just so small. Look at the number there, it's just no go. And look at Victoria again. The regional is only 304. So are you considering going to regional Victoria? Your chances are very low. Might as well just stay in Melbourne. 1,722. But anyway, let's continue. I'll get to the conclusion here. Western Australia 913 for 190 and 424 regional. Now, we need to add this stats and also conclude it with the migration strategy that was announced later last year, well, a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, this number was accrued before the migration strategy was actually announced. So the migration strategy does provide a more beneficial and priority for regional Australia. But the status before this doesn't show that. So what will be my advice? Look, I think the trend will still be on the employment sponsor visa, because most of the migration strategies, policies, changes coming up are, I can say almost half of it is talking about employment sponsor visa. So whichever the city or location that you wanted to go, make sure not just getting your qualification, but you get your job. As long as you have a job in Australia, it's much better way to secure your future. I understand a lot of people may say, well, having employment sponsor, you get control, or you'll be monitored by the employer. But with the new policy coming up, the work experiences can be accrued rather than being under one employer for 2 years. It can be accrued, so that will be the advantage in the future. Anyway, should you have more question or query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.